with shape charges being one of the biggest game changer in Warheads. Being able to penetrate thicker armor than is reasonable to put on any vehicle, making armored vehicles and tanks to become much more vulnerable to the front line. But as Warheads and armor has had a constant front and back to have the upper hand on the battlefield. With advanced armor, explosive reactive armor and active protection systems making the odds even out more. Drones have tilted the game for shape-charged warheads once again, as less armored section can be targeted. But with this, a new form of protection has risen up, with the cove cage and shed protection becoming a common protection added on Russia's armored vehicles, giving rise to the misconception how shape-charged warheads work, how to defeat them, and what actual benefit or drawbacks a certain protection can have. While Russia's added protection could actually make the shape-charged warheads even more effective. With the beginning of the conflict, we saw different versions of what is commonly named the cove cage, which was a sort of slat armor raised up from the turret of the tank, also being adopted on armored vehicles. These were primarily meant to protect against javelin missiles and RPG fired from an elevated position, with Russia thinking more fighting in cities will occur. But Russia experienced little RPG attacks from elevated positions, and Javelin and later NLAW having no problem going through the cove cage. It started to evolve slowly with the rise of Ukraine's drone army. With the cove cage 2.0 having explosive reactive armor added, and more and larger cages started appearing. The misconception was it made drones strapped with shape-charged warheads less effective, as the distance to the vehicle made the warhead lose its penetration ability. With Russia using it more and more, it seemed to have some positive effects, as otherwise they wouldn't add it. But with Russia having used shape-charged warheads massively, with the RPG-7 being one of the most popular rocket launcher, and explosive reactive armor meant to protect against shape-charged warheads. They have forgotten the previous lessons learned. With a shape-charged warhead being a conical-shaped metal cone being exploded into a fast-moving linear jet stream. Depending on the diameter and form of the metal cone, it will reach different velocities, shapes, and will be effective up to different distance. With explosively formed penetrators using similar principles, but using more circular shapes. It can be effective at over 100 meters, depending on the diameter, with standoff mines such as Parm, artillery rounds such as the Bonus or Smart, and anti-tank weapons such as the NLAW, all having different sorts of shape-charged warheads, being effective at greater distances. But going over to more traditional shape-charged warheads, it depends on the quality of the warhead, explosive material used, and the diameter of the warhead. But many of them are more effective at 1 meter's range compared to direct contact with the armor, as the jet stream needs some space to form correctly. Having some space between the warhead and the armor makes so the full jet stream can be created correctly, This linear stream loses shape and effectiveness over distance, with many thinking falsely it has all but disappeared at 1 meter range. With Warheads having more than enough penetration power for Russia's armored vehicles at 2 to 3 meters range, making the distance Russia's added protection to have poor if any protection against shape-charged warheads, as they can't build over 4 meters of distance in all directions with their protection. With explosive reactive armor helping to disrupt the creation of the jet stream, and the slat armor is meant to damage the warhead, so the jet stream isn't formed correctly, being very important that tested intervals of optimal distance between the slat armor, as if the shape-charged warhead detonates correctly, the distance and added steel doesn't help out much, making log and rock protection so unnecessary as well, not affecting the jet stream's creation. With the real added protection from the code cage and shed protection is the added complexity to strike with the warhead pointing towards the vehicle, as if the shape-charged warhead points in a different direction, it will penetrate out into the air or into the ground, while adding a protection against warheads only using explosive material, making the distance to dampen the effects. While the added protection causes the vehicle and crew to be more blind, both to other dangers such as mines or enemy tanks, but also to the terrain getting more often stuck, as well as trapping soldiers inside the vehicle and protection. But with Ukraine's drone army often having RPG warheads on their drones, the added protection often gets offset with the negative aspects, as Ukraine's drone operator skillfully strikes the side of the vehicle or with an angle down from the top, resulting in higher Russian losses, leaving less for tomorrow. That's all I had for this video. Please like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.